The greatest detective story ever written is a case where the detective, the criminal, and the victim are the same man. The king of Thebes hunts the murderer who cursed his city, and every clue points closer to himself. When the truth finally lands, he finds himself guilty. He sentences himself to exile, and he carries out the punishment with his own hands. This is Sophocles' Oedipus Rex, the play that invented the plot twist 24 centuries before cinema, and gave Freud his most famous idea. And its quiet, terrifying question has never gone away. How sure are you that you know who you are? Sophocles wrote in 5th century BCE Athens, the golden age of tragedy. Of his roughly 120 plays, 7 survive. Oedipus Rex premiered around 429 BCE, and Aristotle, a century later, held it up as the perfect tragedy. The premise starts with a plague. Thebes is dying. Crops wither. Children are stillborn, and the people crowd the palace steps, begging their king for help. And their king listens because this king believes problems can be solved. His name is Oedipus, the man who saved Thebes years earlier by answering the Sphinx's riddle. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, and 3 in the evening? The answer was man. Oedipus knows what humanity is. The play is the story of him finding out what he is. The oracle of Delphi gives the remedy. Drive out the stain. Find the murderer of the former king, Laius, killed on the road years ago. His death never properly avenged while the Sphinx terrorized the city. Oedipus takes the case personally. He curses the killer, promises to hunt him down like a man tracking his own enemy, and declares anyone who shelters him an enemy of the state. The audience knows what he does not. The city is watching a man prosecute himself. The blind prophet Tiresias is brought in. He knows, and he refuses to speak, because the truth will destroy the man who hears it. Oedipus, brilliant, quick-tempered, proud, reads silence as conspiracy. He accuses the prophet. He accuses his brother-in-law, Creon. And pushed too far, Tiresias finally fires back. You are the defiler of this land. Oedipus laughs it off. Riddles from a blind old man. Then Jocasta, the queen, Oedipus's wife, tries to calm him with what she believes is proof that oracles lie. Years ago, she says, a prophecy warned Laius that he would be killed by his own son. It never came true. Strangers killed Laius at a place where 3 roads meet. That phrase lands like a blade, because Oedipus remembers a day, long ago, before Thebes, raised as a prince of Corinth. He once heard a drunk claim he was a foundling. To check, he went to Delphi, and the oracle refused to answer, but told him something worse. He would kill his father and marry his mother. So he fled Corinth forever to protect the people he believed were his parents. And on the road, at a place where 3 roads meet, he quarreled with an old man over right-of-way and killed him. One detail still saves him. The lone surviving witness said bandits, plural, killed Laius. If it was many, it cannot be one. Oedipus sends for that witness. Then a messenger arrives from Corinth. Oedipus's father is dead. Relief floods him. The prophecy seems broken, but he still fears going home to his mother. And the messenger, trying to comfort him, delivers the next blow. Oedipus was never the king of Corinth's son. He was adopted. The messenger himself received the baby on Mount Cithaeron, its ankles pinned together. Oedipus, swollen foot. The witness arrives, the herdsman. The same man who saw Laius die at the crossroads, and the same man who once carried a baby out of the palace to be abandoned on a mountainside, because a prophecy warned that child would kill its father. He begs not to speak. He is forced, and he speaks. The baby was the son of Laius and Jocasta. The case is closed. The detective, the criminal, and the victim are one. Jocasta understands first. She walks silently into the palace and hangs herself. Oedipus bursts the doors, finds her, and takes the golden pins from her dress. What happens next is not accident and not simple madness. It's logic. The eyes that failed to see the truth will never see anything again. Not his father in the underworld, not his mother, not his children. He drives the pins into his eyes again and again, then stumbles before his people blinded, blood on his face, singing his own ruin. And here is why the tragedy had to happen. The prophecy never makes Oedipus do anything. Every step fleeing Corinth, the quarrel at the crossroads, the relentless investigation, the curse on the killer is his own free choice, made with the very qualities that made him great. Intellect, will, refusal to stop. The gods draw the geometry. Oedipus walks the path himself. The tragedy is not that fate crushes a man, it's that a great man destroys himself by being exactly who he is. He begs for exile. His young daughters, Antigone and Ismene, are led in to touch their father's hands one last time, and Creon quietly takes the throne. So why does a plague play from 2400 years ago still cut this deep? Because Oedipus Rex is the original story about the cost of knowing. The Sphinx asked, "What is man?" Oedipus answered and won a kingdom. But he never asked the harder question, who am I? We live in the golden age of finding out who we are. DNA kits, ancestry searches, digital footprints. The endless feed telling us what we really are. And the play's warning still lands. Some knowledge doesn't set you free. It reorganizes you. Oedipus could have stopped investigating at any moment. He never does. Because to him, the truth matters more than happiness. That is the paradox the Greeks carved into this story. Seeking the truth is the highest human act, and it may cost you everything. Freud gave the play his darkest reading. The Greeks gave it their clearest one. Know thyself. The inscription carved at Delphi was never a slogan. It was a dare. Oedipus Rex is what happens when someone takes it literally. So here's my question for you. If the truth about yourself would ruin your life, would you still dig? Would you open the envelope, take the test, ask the question? Tell me honestly in the comments. I read all of them, and this story isn't over. Oedipus is gone, but his curse left 2 daughters behind. Next time on Old and New, a girl who defies a king to bury her brother and wins the argument from inside a grave. Sophocles Antigone. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Until then, keep reading the old and the new.